Hi guys, it's Skylar and I'm back with another video, only today is not a trying to conceive video. Today is a pregnancy video. So if you did not see yesterday's video that I posted probably yesterday evening, afternoon to evening, I can't even remember, I'm pregnant. So this is super weird. But I just took another test this morning because I like to see line progression, and I just cannot even get over seeing that test turn positive. It's just amazing. I'm in shock still. Still haven't told anyone, so keep that between me and you, just for now. But I wanted to show you these tests just because I'm crazy. So obviously when the urine dries on a test, it gets a little bit darker, and I just took this other one, so it's a little bit fainter, but it's the third positive test, so like super confirmed. So this was the first one that I took yesterday morning, and it's already dry. Took this one yesterday afternoon because I was in shock and complete disbelief. And then this one was just like 5 minutes ago. So 3 positive tests. I think the other 2 were also positive that I took, but they were so faint that you couldn't even really count them. So today I'm going to be doing a pregnancy symptom by DPO video, which was a video that was requested by one of my very first subscribers. And thank you guys so much for being there for me. And I've got like 5 people that just consistently comment on these videos, and they're constantly uplifting and encouraging and just so sweet, and I just want to thank you guys for being that way. But I'm going to go ahead and get onto the video. So I didn't realize how many symptoms I actually had until I started looking at them, and I wrote them down, so you'll see me looking down, and I am in my bathroom sitting on my toilet. So this is the only place I can get some privacy sometimes, and my family is asleep. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I had to pee really bad, so I got up and just took the test and was like, let's just do the video because I know that there won't be any silence for the rest of the day if I don't do it now. So I'm going to start with just saying that normally before I get my period, it's like 3 to 5 days before my period comes, I will start cramping, and it's not consistent cramping. It's like cramping every once in a while, and then turns into like dull back pain, and I did not get that this time. I actually noticed this yesterday. I wasn't paying that much attention because we weren't really trying last month, and I think that's something that kind of helped it to happen, was that we weren't like, okay, we got to do it at this time, on this day, on this, and this many times, and this many days before, and every single day before, or whatever you do to try to conceive. We just did whatever we needed to do on ovulation day, maybe 5 days before ovulation, and that was all. And so I wasn't paying attention to like if I did implantations, bleeding, or cramping, or anything like that, and I honestly don't think I did, because I think I would have noticed, but I wasn't really paying attention. Anyway, not everyone has to have implantation symptoms, but I did notice something around 8 or 9 days past ovulation. I was actually at work, and I think this was 8 DPO. I am a server, so I work around food, and so I was in the kitchen, and I was walking past where they have a like refrigerator near the cook line where they keep like the steaks and any other meat, like chopped sirloin or hamburger steak or whatever you want to call it. And like, so like they cut it, and they have a meat guy that comes in there and cuts it for them, seasons it, like pre-seasons, and then wraps it in saran wrap, and then they put it in a refrigerator right next to the cook line so that they can pull it out and use it when they need to. And so I walked by that, and the door was shut, and I don't know if they just opened it and closed it and there was a freeze or what, but it just smelled like disgusting meat. And when I say disgusting meat, I don't mean bad meat, I just mean the meat to me did not smell good. And so that's something that I've noticed with now all 3 of my pregnancies. I hate the smell of meat, and if it's cooking meat, I almost vomit. And it doesn't matter if it's steak, it doesn't matter if it's hamburger meat, chicken, it does not matter, although ground beef is the worst. So that's something that I noticed. Actually, I think it was 8 and 9 DPO. And then I noticed it at 10 DPO also, and I don't know if it's just because I was around meat all 3 days or what, but it was absolutely disgusting. 10 DPO, I actually was making hamburger meat at home, and I noticed that, and I was like, that's really weird. Okay, and so also at 10 DPO, actually, I wanted to mention I didn't have any other symptoms that I know of at 8 and 9 DPO, and I actually tested, I think the first time I tested was at 10 DPO, and I only tested because, I tested because I wanted to make sure, but it kind of made me want to test that I smelled meat, but at 10 DPO, I had sore nipples, and then I had that really, really, really faint positive test that, like, I had to squint to see a line. That was one of these. I still have these, because I'm a memory saver. You can see the line a little bit, but barely, barely, barely. I don't know that the camera actually really picks it up. Okay, so that's the only symptoms that I had at 10 DPO. At 11, I still had the sensitive smell, but it was sensitive to most things. Like, it wasn't me, like, gagging at every smell. It was just me being able to smell things, like, weird, like, and it wasn't always, it didn't smell normal. Like, I think my nose was, like, heightened, and the smells kind of were a little bit different, if that makes any sense. Like, for example, and this is really disgusting, but I've noticed this with all of my pregnancies. Anytime that I would go to the bathroom and pee, I could smell my pee, and it was gross. Like, disgusting. But I have really clear urine, and I don't hardly drink anything but water, maybe coffee. Well, I could drink coffee every morning, but I very rarely ever drink soda. Like, I'm a really healthy person, and so I thought that was really weird. And so also at 11 DPO, I took another test, and it was also faintly positive. It was another one of those that you just saw at 10 DPO, but it was so faint that you could barely even tell, and you had to squint, and I could not see it on camera. I also started to crave salty food. Like, I wanted really, really salty popcorn. And then I also really wanted pickles really bad. And I was also eating spicy stuff like pepperoncinis, and I wanted to fry them and then put them with blue cheese, which I was making blue cheese burgers, so I just did that for a little extra spice. And I don't know if that's normal or not, but that's what I wanted. So 12 DPO, I noticed that I was tired. I was bloated at this point and emotional, and I noticed that I was out of breath whenever I would walk around for a little while, like around the house. I was out of breath, or when I would talk for long periods of time, like right now, I'd be like, you know, you can kind of hear it now, like when I'm sitting here talking to you now, I get a little bit out of breath. I'm also really thirsty today. Let's see. Also, my sense of smell was still sensitive at 12 DPO. I started to have a little bit of heartburn. Still wanted salty food. So one of my very first symptoms with my other two pregnancies, which I don't know if I was just not paying attention or if this one's different, but I had really bad heartburn, or my stomach would burn whenever I would eat. And I haven't ever found out this early. I found out at 13 DPO, which was yesterday. But the other two pregnancies, Lexus, I need to do a story time. I think I need to do a story time with both of my other pregnancies, but like in separate videos. But with Lexus, I found out at 8 weeks because my period was irregular, and I had no idea. I was like 20. I had no idea. And with Bentley, I found out 3 days after my period was missed. And so this is the earliest I've ever found out. But my only symptom at that point was that my stomach was burning whenever I would eat, and I had heartburn. And so 13 DPO, I was, yesterday I was tired, I was bloated. I noticed that these symptoms really, really started to kick in yesterday. And I don't know if that's because, that's the first actual really blaring positive that I was able to get was yesterday at 13 DPO. So I don't know if that's because my hormones were high enough to pick up on a pregnancy test, and so I started actually having more real symptoms that indicated to me, yes, you're pregnant. But I started getting really shaky. Like I would eat, and then it'd be like an hour later, and I was shaky, like I needed to eat again. Still out of breath, still sensitive smell. I smelled meat yesterday when I was cooking it, and it was gross. I cooked hamburger meat yesterday. I had heartburn, and I was also craving salty food again. I just wanted to put salt like on everything, which is bad, I know, but I actually had that situation with my daughter whenever I was very early pregnant with her, all the way up until like 20 weeks, where I craved ketchup. It was so weird, and there's a lot of salt and sugar in ketchup, and so I craved it so much. I just wanted candy all the time with my son. But anyway, today I really don't have very much to go off of. Today's 14 DPO, but today would be the day that I would start my period, but I have not had any cramps at all whatsoever. I'm having some heartburn and some stomach burns. I'm out of breath. I'm extremely thirsty. I have a dry mouth, and that's all I've noticed so far. I do think that I have more frequent urination just over the past day or two. I'm not really sure because I've been drinking more water because I've been more thirsty. Anyway, if you're new here, definitely hit the subscribe button to follow me on this journey. I plan on doing like pregnancy updates or bump dates or whatever you want to call it, but I might be a little bit behind just because the shock of all this. I'm like, okay, you know, there's so much I could video, you know, and if you are pregnant or trying to conceive, leave me a comment below and tell me where you are on your journey. Are you in month 1? Are you in month 9? Like, how long have you been trying? If you're pregnant, how far along are you? If you're trying, what DPO are you on? Are you like about to you know, be where you could start your period or test? Definitely fingers crossed for you, and I love every one of you, and I'm so sending love your way, and yeah, so I look forward to recording more videos for you, and I really hope that this helped you in some way if you're you know, about to try to conceive, or if you are and you're like about to be the point where you can test and you just don't really know, you know, what symptoms to expect. So, and there may not be any symptoms at all, or you may just have to really know your body. It just kind of depends on you. So I hope this helped you, and love to y'all. I'm so happy, y'all. I'm just so happy, but I have not told my daughter yet, and she has been saying, Mama, when are we gonna have another baby? When are we gonna have another baby? Over and over and over again. And so I don't want her to tell everybody though, because she's only 4, so I don't want her to be like, hey, because we haven't said anything to anyone except YouTube. But anyway, I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.